Hey guys, as a continuation of our lesson on soil, I'm going to teach you how to read a soil texture diagram. For example, you have loam. If you're going to look at the soil triangle, we can say that loam has 40% silt, 40% sand, and 20% clay. It's like reading a graph in math. You just have to look at the intersection of those grids, and that is the name of the soil texture. Now let's practice how to read the percentage of silt, clay, and sand of A, B, C, and D soil samples using the soil texture diagram. Let's start with A. It's equal to, we're going to look here, silt is 30. So 30%. And then for sand, you have, going to extend this. Okay, sand is 5%. For clay, you have 65%. So therefore, the name of the classification is clay. Now let's have sample B. For silt, you have in between 90 and 100. So let's approximate that is 95. Always remember that the sum of the percentage should equal to 100%. And for sand, you have there 5%. We're going to look at the value of clay. Clay is 0. So we therefore say that this sample is silt. Okay, so we have here loam. Let's take a look at the percentage by weight of silt, clay, and sand for this sample. So we have silt. We're going to look at silt. Estimate that is 45%. And then we have sand. Sand is 35. And clay is 20. Or we can say that it is loam. Now let's do letter D. So silt is equal to 0. Sand is in between 90 to 100. So let's say sand is equal to 95. And your clay here is in between 0 and 10. So that is 5. Therefore, we can say that that sample is sand. Next problem, you're going to plot and classify the soil texture A, B, and C. You're going to name the soil texture. For example, letter A, it's 75% sand, 10% silt, and 15% clay. For 75% sand, so you're going to go from here to 75. So this is 75, and then you're going to look for the 10% grid, okay, along the silt. So this is the 10%, okay, and then you go down to 75, which is here. Okay, so 75 is there in the 10%. And then you have there 15% clay. So 15% clay. So we can therefore say that this is where you will draw or plot the dot. Okay, so let's go to the marker. I want to use this. black ink, and I'll mark it here. So this is where I will be putting my first one. So that's letter A. And then I will label that as sandy loam. Okay. You can also draw an arrow if you want. Okay. So arrow. Okay, next. 10% sand, 83% silt, and 7% clay. So we look for 10% sand, so it's here. And then 83% silt. Okay, so this is 85, so approximately here. And 7% clay. So your dot should be here. Okay, I'm going to put a mark. And this will be my letter B. So I want to use this circle so it's more fancy. So that is my letter B, which is silt. Okay, if you want to design, you can also use this one to make it more stylish. I'll want it. Okay. Pink. Okay. Now, so the last one, 55% sand, 5% silt, and 40% clay. I'll use my laser pointer. So you have 55% sand, 0, 40, 50. So 55 is somewhere here. And then 5% silt. So I will go farther. Okay, so 5% is in between 0 and 10. So if that is 60 and that is 55, and 40% clay. So therefore, I'm gonna put my dot here because this is 55% sand, 5% silt, and 40% clay. I'll get a marker. This time I don't want to use red because it's not showing, so I will use green. Okay, so my dot will be here. And I will use a sticky note this time. So letter C is sandy clay. Okay, and you're done. Let's proceed to the next. You're given a chart. You have to complete the chart using the soil texture diagram. For example, you have 55 for sand, silt is 5, and clay is 40. So you have 55 sand, your silt is 5, and then your clay is 40. Okay, so it's sandy clay. You're going to write the name here. Okay, sandy clay. Remember that the total of this percentage should always equal to 100. For letter B, you have 15% sand, 35% silt, and 50% clay. So let's look for the name, the texture name. So 15% is somewhere here, and 35% silt, so somewhere here, and then 50% clay. So it's in here. Okay, so definitely this is clay. Okay. The name of the texture is clay. Okay, next. We have 52% silt and 27% clay. You're going to add these two. 52 plus 27 is 79. So we know that that sand there is 21. Okay, so that is 21% sand. And we are going to locate that. So 52% silt, so 50 approximately here. And then you have 27% clay. So we have 52% and then 27 and then 21. So approximately here. So the name of the texture is silt loam. We're going to type here. We put silt loam. Okay. And then you have here for letter D, 37% clay, 42% sand. You're going to add. Okay, you're going to add a 2. It is also equivalent to 79. 100 minus 79 is 21 to make that 100%. Now we are going to identify the texture name by looking at those grids on the triangle. Okay, so we have 42% sand. So if this is 45, so 42 is somewhere here. And then 21% silt. Okay, 21% silt. So if this is 20, approximately here. And then you have 37. So we could say that it is somewhere here, clay loam. So 21, okay, 21, and then 37. Okay, so we have clay loam. Awesome. And then the last letter, you're going to look for 10% sand, 83% silt, and 7% clay. So 10% sand, 83% silt, and 7% clay. So definitely it is silt. Okay. So now you completed the chart. Now the last item is an NCFE question. Okay. You're going to encircle the letter of the best answer. This is a diagram of a soil texture triangle. Farmers can use this chart to identify the type of soil found on their land and determine the likelihood of erosion and other important factors. The question is, what type of soil does a farmer have if the soil contains 40% sand, 40% silt, and 20% clay? Let's find the answer by looking at the diagram. So you have 40% sand, this is 40% sand, 40% silt, okay? 40% silt is here, and you have 20% clay. So the answer is loam. Okay, and that is letter B, and you're done. So now we know that soil texture refers to the relative percentage of sand, silt, and clay within a soil layer. Aside from soil texture, here's also a summary of sand, silt, and clay features. Sand is loose, gritty, it has low water holding capacity, very permeable, easily leached, it has high porosity, and the particle size is approximately ranging from 2 to 2.02 millimeters. Silt has 0.02 to 0.002 millimeters in diameter. Crumbly, it has higher water holding capacity, less permeable, it has medium porosity. And for clay, it has less than 0.002 millimeters diameter, is sticky, moldable, it has low porosity, and also it has also higher water holding capacity.